I'm Karen Garner. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm a stage 3C ovarian cancer survivor with metastasis to my abdomen. I went to school at Florida State University, graduated with my BS in speech pathology, and after that I got recruited to Birmingham, Alabama, and I came up here. It was either between Birmingham and Atlanta, and I chose Birmingham. And I have just fallen in love with this city. I also met my wife here. I never thought I would meet somebody as special as she has been. And in January of this year, I got married. And it was just a magical, wonderful day. 17 days later, after my wedding, it was after the most fantastic day of my life. I was diagnosed with cancer. And I was face to face with death. The doctors were, I could tell by the look in their eyes that they were frightened. So I knew that it was serious. The next week after I got my diagnosis, it was tests, and I had exploratory surgery to see the extent of the cancer. Found out that it was in my lymph node in my small intestine, and my doctor said that it was inoperable, which was another, in my mind, death sentence. So I said, well, let's kill it. And he said, we plan on it. And I did 3 months of chemo, and then the big surgery came. My wife, my mom, my dad, my family were sitting there with the doctor, and he came out with a big smile on his face, and he said, I think we got it all. I think that a lot of people think that once you have cancer and you're in remission, they think that it's over, but it's not over. You still go through the same emotions of, am I gonna die? Every single time I have a CAT scan, I think, is it back? When I take that stage, I will feel empowered because I have my family, my friends, those 11 women that are supporting me, and I will go out there and I will rock this.
Our next cast member makes everyone in her path smile with her contagious laugh and infectious smile. The Birmingham speech pathologist Karen Garner Scott worked in the medical field tending, you've heard of her? Tending to others for over 18 years until a cancer diagnosis gifted her the ability to see life from both sides of the table. But don't ask her if she likes commercials. You're about to find out why. And with her favorite motto, broken crayons still color, please make welcome to the stage the bright and bubbly Karen Garner Scott.
Thank you. Ooh, I have a lot of people here tonight. You never know how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. Kayla Mills. On January 1st, 2016, I finally got to marry my best friend and soulmate, Dee Scott. I knew there was something very special about this girl since we haven't left each other's side for the past 12 years. We've been through countless ups and downs, yet our love only grows stronger. And we were thrilled when the Supreme Court finally allowed us to be legally married in the state of Ala-frickin-Bama, of all places. Oh, what a wonderful day we had this New Year's Day. We were surrounded by our families, loved ones there to celebrate our love. Unfortunately, 17 days later, after I was married, I was rushed to the emergency room with abdominal pain. I thought it was diverticulitis. The reality of my life would change forever. I had stage 3C ovarian cancer with metastasis to the abdomen with lymph node involvement in my small intestine. The next week was a blur of tests, inpatient chemo, and surgery to determine the extent of my cancer. So being a medical speech pathologist, I automatically turned to my analytical and problem-solving mode. So where do we turn for information these days? Google. Let me tell you, Google is the last place that you should look for medical advice. Unless you like being scared out of your wits. Well, according to Google, with my diagnosis, I had maybe 5 years and I was going to be miserable with side effects from chemo. I was numb, scared, and I truly did not know what to do. And after 20 plus years as a speech pathologist, I didn't know how to be a patient. I was always the medical specialist. So I learned. I learned to lean on my caregivers. I learned to lean on my wife, my sister-in-law, Lisa, my mom, my dad, my neighbor, Lulu, and the blessings of Shannon, who moved in with us after I was diagnosed. 10 years of taking care of her sick mother, she was there for me. She fed me tiny meals throughout the day. She kept me hydrated. She rubbed my feet sore from neuropathy, and especially on those days, like holding me when a huge clump of hair came out in the shower and the reality came crashing down that I had cancer. But before I cry, you must know that you have to learn to laugh. There's a commercial on TV for a chemo drug where there's 2 sisters having a clam bake in Massachusetts after one sister had just had chemo treatment. I know you've seen it. The drug increases your white blood cell count to help avoid infections while on chemo, but some folks have a reaction to this bone marrow, and it expands in your bones so fast that you feel like red hot pokers are going through your bones. So clam bake from me? Hell no. You also refer to your bathroom visits as Chernobyl diarrhea. And I can totally attest, I'm sorry if this embarrasses anyone, but I can levitate off the toilet. And then there's the hair. After losing it, I decided to take charge and cut it off. My dad joined me in for the party, and we got our first mohawk. We could have easily been on the cover of the 80s Sex Pistols album. When bald, I dubbed myself Uncle Fester. My friend's mannequin hair show, my lovely friend Ricky, had the nurses in the hospital flabbergasted as laughter rolled from the oncology floor. Well, here I am, 9 months of chemo and surgery, and I'm now in remission. It was such a beautiful thing to hear. I unfortunately have to continue preventive chemo for the next year to keep this demon from coming back, but that's okay. Having cancer has changed my life forever. My second act changes every day. I have trained myself to find a blessing in every moment of my life. And oh my God, the people that I have just randomly appeared in my life after cancer. I need to give a shout out to More Life to Live. Not only did they help me financially, but they became my friends for life. And I also need to give a shout out to Sagegrass Gallery in Bar Harbor, Maine, where Dee and I took our honeymoon not too long ago. And the staff and owner gave me this dress. Don't I look cute? So after my diagnosis, I felt the loss of my health, my hair, and my mind. And we all know chemo brain. So my second act is just beginning, slowly but beginning. I've started a swimming class. I've started a knitting class at the Jewish Community Center. And I've started a second act. And I'm learning that cancer is my journey of self-discovery and finding a silver lining through laughter, love, and unrelenting determination. Thank you.